Welcome, ladies and... Can we do it again?
Nah, fuck it, dude.
Keep going.
We're fucking live.
Yeah, we're live. Like
it's the alcohol. It's all good.
I feel like Sid cussing out, and then he's like, "Can we start all over?" Me and Gene's like, "We're live, brother." Anyways, sorry, Marks, UC Nation or whatever young fans you are.
You're fucking on the soapbox again, Ray. Goddamn.
Hey, this is the Renegade of
According
Wrestling.
to Kazarni, the term "mark" is just as bad as the N-word, which Jeff used on the last show.
And according
to be
to
fair, I
me,
used the A, not the ER.
And according to me, Kazarni, if Vince hadn't showed me him just for a second, I wouldn't even knew he fucking existed.
Oh.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Lady Killer
Love you,
and
Sid.
WWE stockholder Ray Larkin. But you already know that because the thousands of you who watch, you watch it for people like myself. And I'm honored today to be here with the Renegade of Wrestling.
I apologize for biting your gimmick, but you know what?
That's why you're getting a little bit of like teeth grinding from me, but JJ Williams. But you already know that.
And to be fair, my teeth are grinding because I'm drunk.
Yes. And this is Drunk Jeff. No, not PW. What is it? Oh, I'm sorry. TW. I'm sorry, Aaron. I said PW. Oh, I'm sorry.
Speaking of Aaron, I love how we're in Vegas and Mike calls me Nagel, not Stat Boy, and so wants to get together. But fucking Beth is like, I'm leaving out of town. Fuck y'all. So couldn't say
Shout
that.
out to Beth.
No shout out to Beth. No. She don't.
Now you're just hanging on.
Now you're just causing shit. Now you're just causing shit.
Wait. You
It
can't.
is my show.
But you're reading off my script, and I'm reading off your script. That's why I'm botching all the lines like a fucking Sin Cara entrance, man. What the
Oh!
fuck,
And I have no script. I'm off the cuff, bitches.
man? Yeah. Shit.
Are you shooting, Jeff?
Man, you guys are making me feel like a fucking deer in a Shawn Michaels reality TV show. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm dying out here, man. What the fuck,
I
man?
can't gratuitous walk off, so I'm gonna crawl off. Alright.
You're gonna crawl up. Now you're just vomiting.
Now I'm just puking.
So
I'm puking on the floor.
anyways.
I'm puking.
Now you're doing a Crash Holly impersonation.
Oh!
What? Is it too soon? Too soon?
It's been 8 years, but it's still too soon.
Too soon, okay.
Anyways, before we start to get way too clusterfucky on this episode too,
Okay. Put the
okay,
guns on.
let's go ahead and let's dive into the second episode of Raw, which came to us live in Las Vegas, Nevada, baby.
Mikey, shoot Vegas.
It's too dark.
Shoot the millions of people going to their homes, going to their iPods, going to their mobile devices to watch Dads on Wrestling right now. Jeff, don't jump out the window.
No,
I'm trying to open the window so I can say hi to Vegas.
I can't because
Okay.
it's a reflection. I got a shot at me.
Okay,
Keep going.
So, anyways, the second episode.
So you saw Mikey today. Yeah. Okay. Go.
The second episode of Raw started pretty much with what ended the first Raw. We started with the Punk suspension. And
John
lo and behold,
comes out-
who comes out to
Oh,
start
man.
the show? John Cena.
Walking out angrily. Oh, hating his
There was
heart.
no salutes. There was no. He power walked to the ring.
He was pissed the fuck off.
Shoot or not, that shit was awesome to see John with a burr under his tail, dude.
And
Seriously.
you've got to keep in mind, this is the episode that's going to air on July 4th. His big point of his speech was about First Amendment rights. You're going to suspend CM Punk for speaking his mind.
Yeah. Vinnie Mac didn't like the fact that everything that CM Punk said
Was true.
Like I said last week on the show, Johnny Ace is a piece of shit.
Yep.
When it comes to booking certain people, Triple H is a fucking doofus. He recruited Sin Cara. What the fuck has Mystico done? Except botch everything left and right.
He beat
And
Chavo.
what has Mystico done since he came to the company?
He gets himself in a match with Evan Bourne, which is supposed to be probably the biggest match of the year.
This match was hyped for a fucking week before last week's show, and it did not. No. I will not say it, but for a week's hype, fail.
I'm going to go ahead and set it because you know why? We didn't even fucking cover it last week. That's how forgettable it was.
We forgot it. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So John comes down, challenges Vince's balls pretty much, and says, "I called Vince today. He's on a flight." You know he walked in the building first thing in the morning, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
We were there, damn it.
You knew you were at production meeting, asshole.
But the thing is, Mr. McMahon was going to be in the house come hell or high
Yes.
water. And
which was a beautiful thing to see.
We don't see Mr. McMahon very much anymore because he purposely said a long time ago he was going to remove himself from TV slow but sure. When was the last time we've seen him on a regular basis since Brett? We haven't.
Exactly. Then he signs a 3-year deal as a talent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, that makes no sense, man. But the whole thing was built around this whole Punk, and what I love is they threw together a triple threat contenders match for the WWE Championship. Alberto wins, which proves the prophecy true that
It is his destiny.
It is his destiny to be the champion. And come August 14th, when we all in the house,
I made it. I made it.
Will be Alberto Del Rio. If he doesn't win, the crazy Hispanics of the world will riot. But you know what? We'll be safe inside Staples Center. We'll be okay.
You know what? We're going to have to exit Staples Center to go to the post-show party, which is presumably going to be at Hooters. And if the Laker Nation shows up to SummerSlam, we're going to have to walk through fires and all kinds of looting and rioting just to get there. I'm just saying.
Can we park at the next Blue Line station up with the car before we get
Hey, that's up to the ride.
Okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
I'll be wearing a Dallas Maverick jersey. Nothing to do with wrestling, just my hate.
I'll be rocking the Miami Heat.
Yeah, just my hate for the Los Angeles.
Rays jersey, I don't mind.
Just gonna rock a Clippers one.
Yeah.
Just to stay
Okay.
neutral.
Let me say off topic that overhyped doesn't deserve to be in the same Staples Center as the Kings and the Lakers. I don't like the Lakers, but the fucking Clippers belong in San Diego.
I was gonna say
We're getting off topic.
Wrestling.
So the whole night we'll talk about the undercard and all that shit. But the whole
there was an undercard.
Kinda. The whole thing. Oh yeah, there was a Divas tag match. Again, Barbie dolls presented when we had Jeff and Bale.
Yeah. Beth and
Gail in the back.
It's okay, Drunk Jeff.
In the back, ready to tear this shit down again. They didn't do it.
Seriously. And once again, you got The Miz and Alex Riley, and Alex Riley once again wins. But the story, like we said, was between John Cena calling out Vince McMahon and the confrontation that happened at the end of the show,
and Vince
the triple threat match with Alberto, R-Truth, and Rey Mysterio. Now, my original thought going into this match was that R-Truth was going to win, CM Punk was going to get reinstated, get his title shot back, and it was just going to add more fuel to R-Truth's fire about a conspiracy. However, what they did with putting Alberto over, I now firmly believe that they're just going to parlay that victory into his SummerSlam match, which we briefly kind of touched on, but this was what I was saying as it all happened, so I just want to make sure I get it out there that I was kind of calling this as it happened.
Right.
Jeff, you can attest to this because you're sitting right next to me.
I don't remember where I was sitting about 10 minutes
You know,
ago,
and I
let
don't-
alone a few hours ago.
I don't think you're the only ones that saw that also. I think CM Punk saw that as well. He foresaw them pushing Del Rio to SummerSlam. So what do? You cut a fucking hardcore promo. Get yourself way ahead of Del Rio, no matter what WWE forces down the, you know what I mean, the mark's throats. You stay on top. Whether you leave, stay, sit, stand, whatever the fuck you do, every wrestling fan now is following CM Punk. Whether they love him, whether they hate him, they're following CM Punk. He is the #1 most watched wrestler right now.
Like
All
I-
eyes on
Vince
Punk.
McMahon is trending on Twitter now
Yes,
as a result of the Raw tonight?
Another stockholder sent me a text saying that Vince McMahon is trending on Twitter. Not even hours after that Raw went off the air.
Like
Minutes.
I said last week, the website I worked for got shut down.
That
Because
says
of all the traffic.
everything right there, because not to blow smoke up Aaron's ass, but NoDQ.com is probably the most trafficked wrestling website aside from WWE.com and, dare I say, ImpactWrestling.com.
From what the numbers I read, we get more traffic than TNA.
Well, you know, I was trying to put the main companies ahead. So,
I
you
get
know.
more traffic on the 405 than TNA.
You won a couple
Damn.
weeks, that's for goddamn sure.
No, Carmageddon, yeah. If you guys live out in California.
If you live up to 405, run, niggas, trap!
It's a trap! Speaking of the
2 weeks
African-
in a row, Jeff, that you dropped the N-bomb again.
I did not drop the N-bomb. I put the A on it. Give me a one.
It's still...
I did like the skit between Ron Killings.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna call him tonight. And Alberto Del Rio. I like the little skit that they had. I actually hope for a future rivalry between the two, where one's a face and one's a heel. And we all know Del Rio's gonna have to be that face in that rivalry.
Exactly.
That's a down the road thing.
Yes.
Let's get to the meat.
I apologize for yawning on camera. We've been fucking up since 3:30 in the morning.
Yesterday.
2:30 in the morning, excuse me. I'm
Show
looking at
clock.
the clock right now. It says 3:40, so we have now been up for over 24 fucking hours.
Yeah.
So I apologize for yawning on camera, but you know what? I don't do 24-hour days anymore.
We should
As
over
a
this
father of a 2.5-year-old, I just can't do 24-hour days anymore. So you know.
Too over this shit.
Yeah.
But we
Seriously.
love you enough.
Exactly.
And honestly, I'm gonna come out there and say it. If I get fired, I get fired. I wanted to be up here and do this show with you guys and get the news out about these Raws right now and not worry about going home trying to schedule with Aaron about, we need to get this news out. The fucking news is out.
Seriously.
The world knows what happened last week on Raw.
Either it's already up on websites as spoilers, or it's trending on Twitter and Facebook and people are talking about it. The news is already out there, so we gotta get it covered.
Seriously. So,
Back to
the whole thing
back
came...
to the confrontation.
Yeah, the whole thing came down to the fact that Vince admitted that he is worried about John dropping to Punk and Punk walking out with his title.
But before we even got to Vince admitting it, did you catch the botch in the arena? I'm sure it'll be edited on TV.
Oh, yeah.
But they started to play Cena's music, and you got the first few chords of the My Time Is Now, and then they cut it, and then they put Vince's music on to have Vince come out first.
All marks are up with their hands about to clap.
And then out comes Vince McMahon, and it's like, fail.
I think that was designed on purpose. I really
You
think
really
it-
do?
I really do, because
Like, who comes first?
the people, that number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the people were ready to cheer for anybody that came out of that curtain because they were ready for the segment, and Vince got a good pop. We knew he was going to get vilified during the segment because of what he pulled on the suspension, but Vince got a good pop. He power walked to the ring, as only Vince McMahon can do. And then John came out and verbally ripped him a new one, dude.
Seriously.
Now, seriously, please, okay, I'm going to get this on record.
Yes.
Don't move the camera, don't cut the camera, don't do anything. J.J. Williams, the Renegade of Wrestling, stood on his feet and clapped and cheered for John fucking Cena.
There you go. There you have it.
If
I
that's
will-
not
I
the
will-
greatest cap on my bachelor party Vegas trip, aside from me getting laid by my woman tonight, which ain't having she ain't here, that's second choice right there, dude.
I will go ahead and I will confirm this statement. This is not a rumor. This isn't some kind of, conspiracy or truth made up. No. And the reason I did it is because the John Cena we saw at the end of last week's Raw, storming off pissed, at the top of this week's Raw, shooting from the hip and speaking his feelings, is the John Cena I liked back in the day. So when he came out at the end of the night, you notice, you want to go ahead and throw me under the bus, that's cool, but you notice I wasn't standing up doing this. I wasn't standing up doing this. I was standing up doing this.
This is true.
I was doing the old school Cena taunts, because that is the John Cena that we saw tonight. We saw shades of old school Cena.
And at the end of the day, what I said on Talk Wrestling over a year and a half, 2 years ago, everything in wrestling is a storyline. CM Punk is back in. He gets a shot at Money in the Bank.
Because Cena demanded it.
And what I think is going to happen is, because Vince laid it out right to Cena's face, get that smile off your face. Because if you lose, you're fired. I'm throwing it out there right now, and I'm hoping this happens. I don't want John to get fired. I don't want that. But what I do want is what John wants, what our good friend wants, and
Big
what
L.
we have all, the Big L, and what we have wanted for the better part of 5 years.
We
A
want
break
John
from
off the
John.
TV.
Not this, Wade Barrett cost me to get fired and I'm off TV. You didn't leave TV.
Hey guys, I'm just saying Money in the Bank will probably be the #1 B-rated pay-per-view of the year.
I agree.
So, I mean, what we saw the Raw Money in the Bank and participants announced, and we have a WWE Championship match with everything at stake.
Yeah. Bottom line.
And I had Aaron, wanting to come down and watch Money in the Bank with us and hang out with us, but the 405 is shutting down that weekend because
There's other ways to get.
they're deciding in the middle of summer traffic to shut down the 405 freeway in Southern California between the 101 and the 10.
And I just want to know who
I'm
thought of
gonna
that great idea.
throw that at the camera because the fucking
Rift, if you're seeing this, take the 101 to the 110 to the 91.
seriously, get here, Aaron. We want to see
You
you.
can avoid the 405 to get to my house. 101, 110, 91.
And bring Pepsi throwbacks
And Beth.
My line, do you see the prompter right there? It says Lady Killer. Bring Pepsi and bring Beth. Okay? I'm the Renegade of Wrestling.
I'm the Lady Killer. But you already knew that. And he's still Drunken Jeff. We'll see you next time. Fuck, this is crazy.